Ang TNC po ay nakikiisa sa sambayan ng Pilipino para sa isang mapayapang bagong Pasko.
Ang bagong Pasko ay simbolo ng bagong pag-asa. Ito ay isang pagkakataon upang ating mapagnilayan ang mga kaganapan sa ating buhay.
Ang diwa ng bagong Pasko ay hindi mararamdaman sa mga palamuti o karangyaan sa ating kapaligiran, kundi sa alab ng pag-ibig sa ating mga dibdib.
Lahat tayo ay nakaranas ng hirap nitong taon na to. Dahil sa pandemya, nawalan tayo ng oportunidad. Kahit na anong mangyari, pinipilit pa din natin makapagbigay ng saya sa iba. Yan ang diwa ng bagong Pasko.
Para sa akin, ang bagong Pasko ay hindi concerned sa handaan o sa mga regalo. Sharing, giving, taking care of each other. Sana simula ngayong bagong Pasko, ganun na lahat tayo.
Maraming salamat po sa new channel, Maligayang Pasko.
Christmas is always a reminder to have an attitude of gratitude. And that means sharing the love and appreciating everything that matters to you.
Christmas is a celebration of life.
And let us all be grateful that we are enjoying God's gift of life.
Ang bagong Pasko ay simple at payak, nakasentro sa ating pamilya at sa ating Panginoon.
I want to remind everyone that we should treasure the connection that we have. We have our friends, our family, and of course, Jesus Christ.
Para sa akin, ang diwa ng Pasko hindi nagbabago kahit kailan. Ito ay panahon ng pagmamahalan, pag-iibigan. Walang makakatalo sa pagmamahal na binigay sa atin ng Panginoon.
Maraming salamat po, The New Channel, Maligayang Pasko.
Ang tunay na diwa ng bagong Pasko ay hindi lang paghahangad ng mga regalo o mga bagong bagay. Ito ay ang pagpapahalaga sa mga bagay na meron na tayo at ang matutunang ibahagi ito sa mga nangangailangan.
Maraming salamat po, The New Channel.
Dapat din natin tandaan ang totoong diwa ng Pasko, si Kristo Jesus. Noon, ngayon, at magpakailanman.
Ang bagong Pasko para kanako, dili ang masigarbong pagsaulog, kundi ang pag-ambit o ginabang sa mga taong mas nanginahanglan ng panahon sa pandemya.
Ang diwa ng bagong Pasko ay ang pag-iingat sa ating mga sarili, pagiging ligtas sa kapamakan, at pagpapabuti sa ating kalusugan.
Maraming salamat po sa New Channel, Maligayang Pasko.
Maraming salamat sa New Channel, Maligayang Pasko.
Ngayong bagong Pasko, isabuhay natin at maging saksi sa kaganapan sa Belen.
What does the new Christmas mean to me? It means reconnecting. Reconnecting with the people you love, the people you care about, the people you have not spoken with in a long time, that always made you happy.
We should never forget, Christ is still the reason for the season.
The new Christmas for us is focusing on the basic unit of society, which is your family, and virtual togetherness with friends and relatives.
And of course, sharing your blessings to others in need.
Celebrate Christmas with full of gratitude.
Ang Pasko ay tungkol sa pagmamahal mo sa pamilya mo at pagiging mabuti sa kapwa.
Christmas is the season of giving, but you cannot give if your hands are closed. So open your hands and your hearts and give. In your open hands, we receive so much more.
Christmas is the season of giving. It is best spent with our families. But let us not also forget that this is the celebration of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Para sa akin, ang diwa ng bagong Pasko ay ang pagkakaroon ng mas madaming oras para sa ating mga pamilya.
Maraming salamat sa New Channel, Maligayang Pasko.
Christmas is always about sharing and caring, loving ourselves, and loving others.
Ang bagong Pasko para sa akin, malayo man tayo sa isa't isa, ang pagmamahal ay atin pa rin maipadarama. Maligayang Pasko po at manigong bagong taon sa inyong lahat.
Ngiti sa labi mo'y nagalaw na. Ang iyong tuwa at saya napalitan ng kaba. Itatanong may pag-asa pa. Ang hamon ng panahon ngayon, tayo'y pinaglayo ng pagkakataon. Ngunit ikaw nag-iisa, huwag ka nang mangangamba. May kasamang kakain, nasan ka pa? Malayo man malapit din, ang Pasko'y darating pa rin. May buha man may ngiti, basta tayo'y magkapiling. Sa mundong nagdidilim, tanganiya'y maglilimlim. Ang pagmamahal sa puso mo, ang diwa na bagong Pasko. Sabihin mo ang bagong umaga, sa pagkakatapay bumangon ka. Sa Paskong darating, pangarap ay tuloy pa rin. Kapayapaan ang maghahari sa atin. Malayo man malapit din, ang Pasko'y darating pa rin. May luha man may ngiti, basta tayo'y magkapiling. Sa mundong nagdidilim, tanganiya'y maglilimlim. Ang pagmamahal sa puso mo, ang diwa na bagong Pasko. Kahit na magkalayo, ikaw ang lagi nasa puso. Kahit nasaan ka pa, dama pa rin ang pagsinta. Ang pagsinta, malayo man malapit din, ang Pasko'y darating pa rin. May luha man may ngiti, basta tayo'y magkapiling. Sa mundong nagdidilim, tanganiya'y maglilimlim. Ang pagmamahal sa puso mo, ang diwa na bagong Pasko. Ang Pasko'y darating pa rin. May luha man may ngiti, basta tayo'y magkapiling. Sa mundong nagdidilim, tanganiya'y maglilimlim. Ang pagmamahal sa puso mo, ang diwa na bagong Pasko. Pagmamahal sa puso mo, ang diwa na bagong Pasko.
The new channel. The new channel.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers, they do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone and welcome to the new channel, here to help you see the new you. My name is Bob and this is the Fourth Project. Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the Fourth Project, where we talk about money, business, and life. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bob, your host for this evening on a beautiful Saturday night weekend right here on the Sand Pit. We are streaming live all the way from Dubai, UAE. It's the 5th day for the month of, December 2020. A few more weeks to go before we hit the 25th, which is Christmas for this year, 2020. And again, welcome everyone. You can like, follow, and share our streaming tonight. You can like us right here on this page. You can follow us right here. You can also check us out on YouTube. On YouTube. We're also broadcasting live simultaneously right here on Facebook and on YouTube. And aside from that, you can follow, like us on Instagram, the new channel, or TNC. And as you can see on the video that we played earlier before the show starts, I'd like to congratulate the volunteers, our team, and I would like to say that I'm very, very proud of TNC and our whole group dynamics right here, because we did share a little bit of a blessing. I think that was 2 weeks ago, a week ago. And there you go. There's a video right there. A little bit of ayuda to our fellow Filipinos. I think that's across the Metro Manila area. So congratulations to Team TNC. And again, we hope that we can do more of that in the future. And also, again, like to send out prayers to our fellow Filipinos, again, over in Cagayan and Tuguegarao for the devastating typhoon that happens a few weeks ago. So again, let's pray our kababayans over in the upper part, northern part of the Philippines. And tonight it's another special evening, not because it's weekend, but because I'm here once again, present and doing another episode of the show. It's actually Episode 10, Season 2, right here on TNC, the new channel. This is, once again, your host, my name is Bob, the Fourth Project tonight. And, let's get into my guest this evening. So let me just give you a little bit of a background. And if you're 35 years old, 25 years old, maybe you have an idea of who he is, who he is. And, of course, the band. All right, so let's see. Here we go. Okay, thank you for that. He is a singer-songwriter, vocalist, and guitar player for Urbandub. Currently, Urbandub is celebrating 20 years in the music industry. He is the creative artist director for Nemesis Music Agency, established in 2015. An artist management and production outfit that carry artists such as Urbandub, Faspitch and Autotelic. Sila pala yun. And its roster. Please welcome on the show, ladies and gentlemen, Gabby Alipe.
Hello.
Hey, bro. What's up? Good evening. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you here. It's an honor to have you here on this episode. And first things first, how are you and how is the family?
I'm doing great, and then the family is doing fine then. So thank you for having me. It's a privilege to be on the show. Thank you.
All right. Anytime, bro. Anytime. So, okay. You've been in the music industry for, is it 20 years or more than 20 years when you really started in music?
In terms of the industry, about 20 years. But syempre, hindi ko na lang bibilangin like when I really actually started, which is in high school, right? So, pero high school and college, and then more or less 20 years. Because when we started Urbandub, I was only 19 years old.
Wow, yeah. Now, okay, just a backstory during those times. How did it started? Because you guys are all the way. I mean, each and every band member are actually from Cebu, or some are actually from Manila area. All from down south. All right. Okay. Course in college, by the way.
I was University of San Carlos, Talamban campus, and my course was Fine Arts, major in advertising.
Oh, because somebody told me long time ago that arts and music are actually on, I don't know, left side of the brain or right side of the brain, but they're actually together. So okay, normally when parents when parents knew what you were doing at that time, college or high school, like music, banda, anak, ano yan, medyo it's not a viable career for money making, parang ganon. So
yeah.
How did your parents took that during the early years and early stage of you being interested in music?
I was blessed enough that my parents were very supportive of what I wanted to do. Of course, my apprehension, they have their apprehensions as parents, diba? Because you don't know naman if you're really gonna make it or not. I didn't know that, or my parents even, all the more they didn't know that. But when I finally decided, like, because I quit school on after my second year of college, I quit school and then wanted to pursue music, more or less. They supported me naman with everything that I wanted to do. I actually wanted to work already instead of college, but within the realm of music or music production, something like that. The only thing that my dad gave me was, okay, if this is what you want to do and you want to start working, we won't support you. In a sense, they didn't buy me instruments, they didn't buy me mga the normal stuff, the normal gear that you would normally need to use to be able to perform.
Right.
Kumbaga, it was a challenge for me na kailangan, if you want to work, if you don't want to be in college and you want to quit that, kumbaga, make sure that if this is your passion, make sure that you do it on your own, which was helpful for me because mas lalo akong na-challenge and na-push to be able to be successful on my terms, at least. And then they were very proud and but they were very supportive along the way. Yeah.
So who's interested in music? The dad side or the mom side?
Both parents, because my mom actually after college, she had 1 year after college niya, she performed in a band, parang show band sila before, they were called the Ambivalent Crowd, and then they performed mga, yung repertoire nila was more or less parang famous theater, Broadway songs. I think I remember. So she was part of that group for a while, for a time. She tried it out. And then on my dad's side naman, my dad was doesn't play an instrument or doesn't really sing, but loves music naman. From rock to jazz, very broad yung. Actually, before I would visit him in Cebu, because they used to be separated. I visited him in Cebu and I'd always just rummage around his vinyl collection and CD collection of mga from Beatles, Led Zeppelin, to George Benson, to iba-iba, basta iba-ibang genre ng music.
You have
a jazz bar.
Oh, in Cebu.
Yeah. in Cebu before. Yeah.
Now, let's get this out of the way really quick. You have a son now, right?
Yes.
What if your son decided to get into the music business or music industry at 17, 18, 19? You as a parent, what would you say and maybe do pag dumating na yung time na yan?
It depends. It depends on. For me personally, I don't want him to get into the music industry because I know the struggle that comes with it. Maybe it will depend on what his music preferences are or what genre he picks. And then mag-gauge mo naman kung may talent yung bata or yung tao with what they want to do. And I think I consider, yeah.
Because the kid might say, "Dad, you were in a band for the longest time. Why can't I do the same thing you did?"
If he does, if it's something that he actually really wants to do. Ako naman, me and his mom, we've always talked about that. Na parang, whatever it is that he's into, we will fully support it naman. Because, mas lalo mapigilan yung isang tao, mas lalo silang magre-rebelde. So, But preferably, I don't want them.
Oh, okay. What are the reasons? Because what are the reasons? Because you made it. You've been in the music industry for 20 years. You've somehow overcome the struggles. You know the ins and outs of the business. But why no for your own son if he's really passionate about music? Why no? I mean, it's kind of weird.
I'm not saying no. I mean, I would prefer him not to. But if that's what he really wants, I'll fully support it naman. Because on my side naman, with everything that I've seen, based also on what I've experienced and what I've seen from other artists and like that, because nothing in this industry is guaranteed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then nothing in the it's 50-50 between really hard work and 50% luck. Being at the right place at the right time. Like for us, example, Urbandub, we came at the right time that our music was relevant for the time. You know what I mean? I mean the transitions between really heavy music and acoustic music,
right?
And then our generation, you know what I mean? So we came at the perfect time, a perfect switch in terms of mindset in music consumption. Parang ganun.
Now, speaking of mindset, since you said that now, what was going through your head during the first, let's say, 2 years of you in the band trying to play, I don't know, bars, concerts, places? What was going through your head at that time?
Create. Because being a band from Cebu, our experience is very different from the other bands on a national level, right? From the people from Manila. Because being a band from the province, from Cebu, wala sa isip namin kasi na sisikat ba kami or hindi. The only thing in our minds was, the only thing in our mind is, can we be able to afford to pay to make an album? Na kahit na independent album lang siya, and then kailan yung next gig, kung makakatugtog ba tayo sa ibang bar or something like that. It was never about fame. It was purely to be able to create music. Kumbaga, it was very art driven, and I was very blessed that my bandmates shared the same mindset or the same view as me. And then everything else that came along the way when we got noticed and everything like that, for us it was always a bonus.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about that really quick before we pause for a commercial break. This is what I tell people most of the time, or should I say all the time, that if money is going to be your focus, you will never ever be successful. But like you said, if you want to create, if you want to put out a good music out there for people to maybe listen, and then maybe inspire somebody, like one soul. For you and for the rest of the band, that's your goal, and maybe that's why that's one of the many ingredients of you guys becoming 20 years in the music industry. Now, what is the help or the group dynamics? Because like you said, you share the same mindset with the band. Now, if medyo iba ba yung takbo ng utak nila, it wouldn't be 20 years? Or just like any other bands nagkahiwa-hiwalay na, di ba?
I believe so, because the success of a band is determined if you guys share the same vision. I mean, although you're very different individuals, and then you're very different individuals, pero kung sa isa't isa you can't find that compromise or have like the same goal and be able to explain to each other different pathways to get to that goal and then find the compromise within it, your band is never gonna work out. I was lucky enough that all of us shared that same vision and shared that same goal during the time that we were trying to make it. And in all honesty, we never expected naman din kasi na maabot kami in Manila. We never really expected we'd last this long. We were actually really just doing it for fun. And then everything else we were parang very organic yung transition namin ba from being a small town band in Cebu and then making it in Manila and then to where we are at now.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys talk about this? Na, guys, ang plano, eto lang ha. Kumaga, wag natin masyadong pag-usapan yung fame and money. So, eto lang muna tayo. Did you guys talk about that? Or it's just somehow pareho lang talaga?
Or organic lang siya nangyari. Because also, we've also experienced kasi changing members, mostly changing of drummers. And then, everything was like a natural progression for us. Because we were really thinking about Manila. We were thinking more or less about writing songs and being able to perform them. We weren't trying to impress anybody else but ourselves and our friends within the community of artists in Cebu. And then we were just lucky enough na people from Manila, bands from Manila took notice. Like Sandwich, sila Mayreen helped us a lot to bring us to Manila. The guys from Quezon and Greyhounds, they really helped us out when our first few trips and getting our music out there, kumbaga, on a national level.
All right. Well, there you go. The first part of my interview tonight, episode 10, season 2, right here on the Foot Project, where we talk about money, business, and life. Tonight, my guest is from down south, but residing in the San Juan area of Metro Manila, Gabby Alipe of Urbandub. This time, we're going to be taking a short break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about struggles, setbacks, failures. So please do stick by. Hey, thanks a lot. Back on the show tonight, right here on TNT, the Ford Project, where we talk about money, business, and life. And again, I'm your host, Bob, here. And of course, I'd like to remind everybody, invite you guys to actually watch all the videos, all the episodes of different shows right here on TNT FB page or Facebook page. You can actually message us if you have any insights, any messages, any questions. You can actually message us on the FB page. These are the shows that we have on our Facebook page. All right, TNC, the new channel. And of course, on the comment section down below of this stream, if you have any questions for Gab, for me, and if you have any messages, suggestions, you can actually send them in. All right, so in the comment section down below, I want to see you guys. And a little bit later on, we're going to be doing shout outs. All right, so yeah. Back on the episode this evening, again, my guest, the lead vocalist of Urbandub, Gabby Alipe. So, bro, eto na. We're gonna be talking about the not so beautiful part of being in a band, the reality of it. Okay, okay, wala daw marinig. Ayan, okay na yata. Ayan, I can hear you. Ayan. Ano nangyari? Anyways, so sige, let's try to fix the audio muna ni Gabby. But yeah, I did not realize and did not know it's been 20 years. Urbandub. I remember them because of NU 107, the now defunct radio station of home of new rock, NU 107, which is actually in the Ortigas area. And I used to listen to them. Although I'm a hip hop and R&B guy. I normally listen to the R&B hip hop FM radio stations during those times. But yeah, NU 107 is really, really popular. And that's where I noticed some of the bands that we have in the country, which are really, really great. And one of them is right here tonight on the show. And they're actually all the way, each and every member of the band are actually all the way from Cebu, down south of the Philippines. And tonight, he is actually here and telling us a little bit of story of how they started, the struggles, and becoming the success band or the successful band in the industry for now, celebrating 20 years. All right. So what are the ingredients and what are the thought process, the emotional process that actually comes with it? All right. So Gab is back on the stream.
Yay.
Yun, hey, finally. Okay.
Can you hear me?
So yes,
Can you hear
yes,
me?
loud and clear, bro. Yes, yes. All right. So the not so beautiful part of being in a band, the reality of it. What are those? What are the most part na medyo difficulties that people may not know? What is happening in the group? Sa mga gigs. And was there a time? So this is the second part of the question. Was there a time that you guys wanted to just quit?
Okay. First question, no? In the beginning, it was hard for us kasi syempre we were all fresh out of college, so none of us had work. And then sometimes you'd play small bar shows, and syempre maliit lang yung bayad. Sometimes you play for beer and pulutan, especially in Cebu. And then we'd get an opportunity to play like big events na kunwari during Sinulog for that are sponsored. But the pinakamalaking pay na namin at that time during the early 2000s was siguro for a big event mga yun 5,000. And then i-divide namin yun between us. So syempre saktong pang taxi tsaka pang inom at pulutan. Alam mo yun? So after the shows. So parang ganun na lang din. And then coming naman to Manila, since we're not from Manila, we really had to struggle during our early years here dahil wala naman din kaming ganong kakilala. So nakikitira lang kami ng mga bahay, and then yung maliit na bahay na natirahan namin when we were starting out here, we came here pa by boat kasi wala kaming pang bayad for airplane. So
talaga?
Naimbitahan lang kami to perform. Our songs were getting airplay na in Manila through NU 107 through Myrene and Francis Reyes.
Right.
Myrene is the basis of Sandwich, and then Francis Reyes the guitar player for the Dawn.
The Dawn. Right.
They both work in NU, so the NU 107 rock station. So they were playing our songs na, and then they had an event and then invited us to perform. Pero basta kung kaya lang namin to get to Manila, they'll let us perform at the event, and then may mga bar shows silang ibibigay sa amin to be able to perform para sulit yung trip. So we didn't have any money for flights, so we worked out a deal with at that time WGNA Super Ferry tour na sakay kami ng barko papunta, which was funny kasi they asked us to play in the boat. Kumbaga relyebo kami ng show band ng barko. So pag nagbe-break yung banda sa barko, tutugtog kami. Mga covers, yung mga covers na alam lang namin na konti, na mga rock lang din, tapos mga kanta namin. Pero wala naman nakakapasi kasi lahat ng tao tulog. Yung walang tao ba? So okay lang. So parang sa amin practice kami bago sumalang sa Manila.
Right.
And then may dala lang kaming banner ng WGNA. So pag may bar gig kami after our sets, magpapapicture kami on stage with the banner ng WGNA. Yun yung mga trip namin before. And then yun, a struggle it was living in a small house all together, and then syempre priority si Lalay na may kwarto, and our drummer had to have the room para he can rest his back. So me and John, our guitar player, slept on couches, and then wala kaming masyadong budget for food, so pancit canton every day or karinderya every day, tricycle, bus, jeep to venues, mga ganun. So but it was all fun because we're doing it together, and then we were doing it to represent where we come from, and we were given the opportunity, and then we just wanted to run with it. Yeah.
So yeah, the second part of the question, bro, was there a point in time that you had a meeting with the band member na, guys, parang itong ginagawa natin, it doesn't make any sense anymore, or can we just try to find a day job talaga? Kasi per gig, di ba? Parang ganun. And the struggle is real at that time. So was there a point in time na, medyo tigilan na natin to?
Well, I never got that from my bandmates, ever. I mean, all of us would talk na we would feel homesick. At times, we'd feel very homesick, wanting to go home. But in terms of quitting what we were doing, me personally, I thought about it a couple of times, pero kumbaga, alam mo yun yung parang passing lang siya. Because I think what we were doing was bigger than ourselves. Like, we just wanted to do what we were doing. We were all very passionate about our music, at the same time to represent Cebu City on a national level.
Gaano katagal yung struggle niyan before the band really takes off from the ground? Parang like what, 2 years, 1.5 or 2.5 years?
Probably about 4 years. 2000
Wow.
2004. So it took us 4 years because we were very lucky kasi sila Myrene and Francis Brunga took notice of our songs. And then the guys from Quezon and Greyhounds, those bands kasi went to Cebu and then eventually saw us perform in one of those small bars in Cebu, Ronnie's Tattoo Bar, where all the bands would congregate. After their big gigs, syempre hanap sila ng gimmick. Instead of going straight to their hotel, saan ba pwedeng parang gig spot dito? And they'd go to that bar. Lahat kami mga banda sa Cebu would congregate there and perform, right? So, nakita kami, they'd ask for our demos, and then we'd give it, we'd go back to Manila, and then they'd spread it around. Lucky enough, si Myrene and si Francis were DJs sa NU. So, pinatugtog nila yung mga kanta namin. When we got airplay, people started taking notice, and then yun nga, we were lucky na puro indie albums. We released 2 indie albums prior to us making it in Manila, and then we got nominated. Our song got nominated for the Rock Awards, and then we won. And then they asked us to perform, and then we won. Pag Rock Awards, all the industry people were there,
right?
From different labels and whatnot. And when we performed, doon na kami napansin ng mga major labels, and then doon na nagsimula yung parang we started getting offers to sign a major label. And then that's when we decided na around 2004, 2005, doon na kami nag-stay na sa Manila because we decided na pwedeng career. So kinareer na namin.
Good. Now, okay, that long, 4 years, and you guys pursued and try to be impatient, and it did happen. But during those the process of that 4 years, what are the things that you learned na you have it in you pala? What are the things na parang akala ko dati hindi ko kaya, but now looking back, parang grabe yung pinagdaanan namin before we can actually get into the national level. Or 4 years, what are the learnings?
Patience is the biggest thing. Patience, passion for what you're doing. You know what I mean? That was a big thing. Na ito talaga yung gusto kong gawin. If I'm speaking for myself, I won't speak for my bandmates because syempre we're very different individuals as well. But for me, like, this is what I want to do, and this is who I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a musician. I'm supposed to be a creative. I'm supposed to be an artist. So parang na-accept ko yun. So I went head on with it. So despite any challenges, I knew who I'm supposed to be. And then I just went forward. And then, yun na, kaya ko pala mag-struggle. Kasi, syempre, comfort zone in Cebu. You know,
right.
Yung being around your family, your friends, and everything. But being away for them at long periods of time. So, kumbaga, kaya ko pala magpasensya.
Now, of course, again, you've been very, very successful with your bandmates and the whole Urbandub. So after that 4 years, so eto na, eto na, kumbaga national level, Manila area na, and then of course, now I remember one interview from Jay Contreras. It's kind of the same with you. Sabi niya, I think one of the many key points of what we have during our time, tumutugtog kami no kasi gusto lang namin tumugtog. Minsan nagbebenta pa kami ng ticket para makatugtog lang kami, tutulungan namin yung organizer. Ngayon kasi ang nanonotice daw nila with the younger ones na ng mga banda is tumutugtog para sumikat. Kami wala naman kami pakialam kung sumikat kami o hindi. Sabi niya. So it's kind of the same with you guys. So you have that same ingredient for success. Now, okay, being in the industry for 20 years, just an opinion, maybe what do you see nowadays in the music industry, OPM in the Philippines?
I think it's great. I think the younger generation now are really, really good musicians, really, really great musicians. Kasi as compared to our generation, I'm sure you know this, wala namang internet eh. So
exactly.
When you have to learn a song, kailangan mo talagang kapain. Kumbaga talagang tape deck na pause, rewind. Paminsan masisira pa yung tape mo kasi sa kaka-rewind. So matututo kang gumamit ng lapis para mag-rewind. Diba? So, tapos kailangan mo yung sa tape, yung cassette mo, puputulin mo yung nasa taas, sisirain mo yun with a pen. Kasi baka magkamali ka sa tape deck mo, ma-press mo yung record, mabubura yung sa loob nung cassette. So, diba? Lalagyan mo ng ano. So, I mean, if not songbook, chords or tabs or whatever, but the generation now, yung knowledge nila is so vast because, for one thing, the music has already evolved so big, right? Ang dami nilang pwede paghugutan ng influence, right? And then at the same time, with YouTube and everything like that, it's so easy to learn. So easy to learn chords. It's so easy to learn from different musicians. Ang daming instructionals online. Dati talaga mag-aabang ka talaga yung, sa music store kung yung favorite mong gitarista maglalabas siya ng VHS or hindi. Alam mo yun, or DVD for instructionals. But nowadays it's so easy. It's just a click. And then I like the artists now. I really like because they're very savvy in terms of how they market themselves. They actually know who they are already. Kumbaga, hindi na sila it's not as complicated as it was for our time,
Right.
I guess. Yeah.
And I think all the tools that they need in becoming, I don't know, maybe successful is, I think it's here. You have Instagram, you have YouTube, you have now Kumu, you have this all these platforms. And once a manager or road manager or talent manager sees you, maybe he can get in contact with you, and boom, that's it. Voila. You're an overnight success, right? So, but I think one of the things that maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. The patience. 4 years is not a short period of time. Nowadays, if I think with the music maker nowadays, artist, if it's 6 months, 1 year, walang nangyari, they have a tendency to maybe quit, right?
Yun yung good and bad of this generation naman now.
Exactly.
Because everything is so accessible to them. So they also expect na everything will come into play. That's why I always kind of like when the younger artists would talk to me, be a new generation type of artist with an old school mindset. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Kasi ang dali na ngayon eh. So they also expect everything to come easy without actually thinking about the work that comes with it, diba?
Right.
Kasi before, you really need to just really be an artist was dependent on music channels, radio, and TV to get their music out there. Nowadays, some artists don't actually need those things anymore. They can just put their stuff on YouTube. They can put their stuff on Spotify. They can put their stuff on SoundCloud, on Facebook. And then, all of a sudden, if the song is really good, it becomes viral. And people gravitate towards it, right? And then, ano pa ba? Kumbaga, ayun, basta. Parang, it comes easy. So, it boils down to discipline of the artist talaga.
Right. And nowadays, it revolves with how many shares, how many likes, how many views, how many subscribers. It matters. Sabi ko siguro during those times na panahon natin with, I think, Friendster, MySpace, wala namang kasing like, wala namang kasing share, wala namang kasing comment section, wala eh. I mean, views hindi naman nabibilang yata dati before, or wala namang YouTube nga. So it's I think it's a pros and cons depending on how you maximize the tools that you have nowadays. All right, but when we come back, another break this time, second break for this episode, we're going to be talking about a little bit fear and doubt. All right. So again, episode 10, season 2 right here on the Fort Project, live tonight on TNC. Pausing for a break. So we're going to be coming right back with more. Hey, we're back. Beautiful Saturday night weekend right here on the podcast, on the show TNT live tonight. And this is the Ford Project. Gabby Alipe is on my episode this evening, streaming live all the way from San Juan, Green Hills area, Metro Manila. And all right, so fear and doubt. I think meron naman lahat yan, bro, di ba? Yung takot. It's just that yun nga, nakita ko in one of the many quotes na yung if you're, I mean, do it scared. If you're, I mean, nandiyan yung fear, do it scared. Kung hindi mo kayang mawala yung fear, do it scared. But in your case, was there a time din na medyo uy nakakatakot kasi tama, sabi mo comfort zone Cebu. But now wala tayong kakilala dito, iba labanan dito, Metro Manila area to. So yeah, tell us about that. Fear and doubt. Kumbaga medyo may tamang duda ba na kaya ba natin talaga mga pre?
Oo naman, even until now. Hanggang ngayon. I mean, every time you put out something, you know, I mean, there's still that fear that comes, or anxiety that comes with it. Even when you perform, you still have that anxiety or that fear na you'd normally feel. That never goes away naman eh. Kumbaga, it shouldn't go away because that's what drives you, diba? To challenge you to get over that, right? So, di yun nawawala, I guess. I mean, and it's important that artists still have that because it drives them to work harder and to know their skill sets better or to improve on their skill sets. You know what I mean? So dapat
And siguro, then siguro I think parang it helps you keeps your feet on the ground. It helps you grounded na okay, I may know things but hindi ko naman siguro alam lahat. So it keeps you, you know, human, diba? Yung pagiging humble.
For me, that's the death of an artist or a creative kung feeling nila alam na nila lahat. Kasi ang dami pang pwedeng matutunan eh. There's so many new stuff that you can learn. And then you're, as an artist, and when you view things, kumbaga, you're always constantly trying to evolve. I love watching the younger artists now because like I'm seeing what they're doing in terms of their music and their approach. Na, uy, oo nga, no, pwede palang ganun, no? Not even just music-wise, even how they market themselves and how they present themselves. It's very inspiring to watch.
I'm having goosebumps with you being in the business of music for 20 years, and you, I mean, these words are coming from you. All right, now where is this coming from, Gab? Now you're very humble. Your attitude is right, and the mindset, you have an open mind. Now, papunta tayo dun ngayon sa change. Whether if it's career, love, business, music industry, things keeps on changing. The world is changing really fast. So, saan nagagaling tong ganito mo na? Ang dami ko pang pwedeng matutunan. I need to keep an open mind. Young ones are doing different stuff nowadays. Maybe I can learn from them. So nagagaling yung ganyan?
I think if I'm gonna pinpoint it, I think it was also the environment I grew up in. Coming from Cebu, one thing that helped shape my band and also me personally, yung music namin and me personally as a songwriter was being around. Kasi yung sa Cebu, there was a studio there called Backyard Project Studios na literally backyard siya, nasa likod lang ng bahay, and there was a home recording studio there kasi kakasimula lang ng digital recording eh, di ba? During that time, early 2000s, late 99, early 2000 yung digital recording. So, hindi na siya ganun ka-expensive. So, all the bands ng Cebu, regardless of genre, started gravitating towards that studio, especially because of the sound engineer who was there, who was also a very respected musician, si Mick Demeterio. So, everybody would hang out. So, regardless of genre. Tapos pwede kayo mag-inuman, pwede kayo nagkakwentuhan kayo about music. So, you end up having an open mind because ang dami mong nakakahalubilo na kakaibang genre, kakaibang pananaw sa buhay. And then you end up learning from each other. And I think that also, as Urbandub, we absorb that. That's why if you listen to our music, if you really listen to our music or listen to it closely, you can hear all the different influences of reggae, rock, hip-hop, R&B standards within not just a particular song but within one song per se because of that influence. So parang that learning of being able to be open-minded to listen and to be able to like take from different people. Kumbaga, that stuck with us and then until now. And then if you really look at yung mga established people here, like kunwari, like let's say like Joey Ayala, Gary Granada, Ryan Cayabyab, or Gary V na makakausap mo. Ganon din yung pananaw nila sa buhay. Ganon din yung pananaw nila sa mga artists na they're still very open-minded to say maybe that helps with their success. So you take from that and you get inspired by that and then you want to be like that.
Now let's talk about really quick a little bit about change because now it's pandemic, everything was shocked with what's happening globally. Biglang-bigla, walang pasabi, walang notification, yung COVID-19 natin na ngayon.
Walang memo, hindi ko nakuha yung memo.
With the change, a lot of people are actually skeptic and scared of anything sa lahat ng pagbabago. Let's say from makinilya, biglang naka-PC na tayo, 'di ba? Naka-Mac na tayo or naka-computer na tayo. So may mga iba, this is in general in life, may mga may iwanan if they're not willing to change. At merong iba na willing to change that they can actually embrace the future. With you as an artist, you're obviously open for change, like sinabi mo kanina, no, na you have influences from different genres of music in the band. But bakit you don't resist change? Why is it that you embrace fully, eto yung bago, try natin?
If you're not evolving, you're dying. You know what I mean? Kumbaga, you're just stuck in the mud, diba? So you have to change with the time. So even, although it's hard, pero you have to make those adjustments. Like us now, our situation, you know, parang we're trying to figure out this new format that we're in, doing shows online, how to do live recordings and stuff. It's a big adjustment, but like we're willing to accept the challenge. At the same time, being able to watch other artists that have been doing it online then, so we try to take inspiration from that or try to figure out a technique that would best suit the times or that would carry us over into next year up until the point that we figure this out. Na pwede tayong maging at least some semblance of normalcy again.
Oh, now, how did the music help you in your personal life? Kasi, like I said kanina, no, in general, maybe if it's business, life, estudyante ka, career, relationship, how does music helps you, navigate through life?
Saving grace, talaga. Like literally saving grace siya. It's like, siguro even after when I quit college, like, or even during high school days, like that's your formative years, right? So you're trying to figure out who you are as a person, and I always found music as a place I can turn to, ba? Na whether it's just listening to the artist that I like, and then eventually being able to write, na even yung mga salubin ko, nalalabas ko on paper or putting a melody to it, and so very therapeutic ang music for me. Well, at the very least, that's how I view music for me. So it saved me in a lot of ways, and hopefully the music that we put out also resonates that way with other people. Tama ba?
Yeah. Now, I mean, okay, now with all the success in the band, do you, I mean, how do you deal with people hating, people saying, ganyan naman yan, ganito naman yan, people, yung mga noise, yung mga background noise, how do you deal with them?
With Urbandub, hindi masyado namin pinapansin yung mga ganun eh. We don't really look online for stuff like that. Kumbaga, even with us, with me personally, like, I have my social media accounts, but I'll post and then I leave. Kumbaga, I just want to share a part of me, but I really don't pay attention too much on what other people think. Because like in the end of the day, kung iisipin mo, you can't please everyone. Alam mo yun? Parang I've learned enough to know that. Kumbaga, labas mo lang kung ano yung totoo sa'yo. That's what I think of. What's true to you siguro at this moment or at this point in time. And then, only embrace the people that will gravitate towards what you're trying to do or what you're trying to say. Everything else, kumbaga, sinasa-isang tabi. Sinasa-isang tabi lang namin. Kasi, in the end, kung hindi mo kami trip, okay lang din. Maybe you should just listen to somebody else. Ang daming mga ibang magagaling naman so okay lang.
Kumbaga, hindi ikaw yung market namin.
Yeah. I mean, because you also have to ask yourself, what kind of artist are you ba? Are you an artist who's trying to say something, to have something to say, to express something, or are you somebody na parang kailangan mahal ka ng buong mundo kasi you want to be as big as you can be? Which is also fine, which is also good. But kami naman, our choice is, we just put out what we want to put out, and because ito yung nararamdaman namin, or ito yung kwento namin, kung may makaget ng kung anong gusto namin gawin, then maraming salamat. Kung hindi niya trip, then daming iba.
So it's all about perspective. It's all about what is your goal. Right. What is your goal being an artist? Tama. Now, like I said, bro, it's been an honor to have you on the show. And hopefully this is not going to be the last time that you're going to be here, maybe on the third season. You're going to be back. And, of course, a few more minutes before we actually let you go. Now that it's pandemic and we've been experiencing this for the past, I don't know, 8 months na. Simula ba nung Abril ba o Mayo? What can you, maybe advice for people out there, maaring medyo pinanghinaan ng loob, dumadaan sa struggles and hirap na some of them, they don't know how to get out of this. All right. So with you guys, you are embracing the change, embracing the new normal. You're constantly thinking and how to be able to para makasabay, 'di ba? Digital world eh. Sabi nga natin, 'di ba? For people out there who's medyo weak ng konti, this time of crisis, your message.
Of course, 'di ba? Mental health issues are not something to just set aside. I mean, people are going through a lot during these times, especially times of uncertainty. So you can't really gauge a person whether they're just weak-minded or talagang paminsan hindi lang talaga nila naiintindihan na yung nangyayari sa buhay nila or sa sarili nila, right? So it's hard to give sound advice because you actually don't know what a person is actually really going through. Mm-hmm. But for me, based on what I've experienced, kasi kahit ako, I'm going through a tough time adjusting to this new normal, so to speak. I just try to find simple joys which is around me, sa buhay ko. And then I try my best to latch onto that. So, as a songwriter, hindi ko pipigilan yung sarili ko in terms of honing my craft. And I just keep practicing and keep writing songs. Not to write hit songs or anything like that, but the exercise to be able to write and to stay productive and to stay creative. You know what I mean? Regardless if I'm going to release the songs or not, wala akong pakialam. Basta nagsusulat ng kanta just to keep myself sane ba? Because I've always used music naman talaga as a form of therapy for me. A form of release, a form of self-expression. Then simple joys, yung time with family or people who you find that are important sa buhay mo that will enhance your life. Ako, family ko sa bahay. I spend a lot of time now with my son. And then we do activities together. I help him out with school or we do activities all on our own. Like I help him with martial arts and, he's into it now. So we do that together. And then kung trip niya to play around with my guitar, I help him out and we play guitar together, we draw, we read books. Parang yung sa akin, yung find your simple joys and then latch onto it and then put all your attention and kasi all the simple joys will add up and then it hopefully will give you clarity and help you move forward from whatever it is that you're going through that may be medyo dark.
Mhm. And that's very, very true. Being productive, being busy, just keep doing, stuff or things na your interest. And yun nga, no, sabi nga namin lagi on previous episodes na gaano mo ba kakilala yung sarili mo in this time of pandemic? Kasi otherwise, wala ka talagang magagawa or wala kang gagawin if you don't know yourself. So try to move around in the house, diba? Connect with people and friends online because this is what we have now, and I think it's a good tool that we can actually use nowadays. Now, speaking of which, I forgot
I,
to.
I even I even I even I even learned how to make pandesal during this quarantine. Para lang,
Ano ba yan? Ubi
di ba?
pandesal ba yan? Yung malunggay?
Hindi, yung regular lang na pandesal na I just watch YouTube. Nag-YouTube lang ako parang ano bang pwede kong gawin? Wala na akong trabaho eh. So, parang, especially during the early days. So, nawala na ako ng trabaho. So, ano bang pwede kong gawin na productive? So, I decided na, yung anak ko, trip niya, he loves pandesal. So, why not? Sige, try to learn something new just to keep your mind preoccupied and sane. So, natuto akong gumawa ng pandesal. Hindi siya masarap,
Diba?
pero okay, at least alam ko kung ano siya gawin.
Okay, di ba? So, see, di ba? Parang ano nga, try to find your passion maybe, di ba? Kung medyo may pinagdadaanan na ganito. And of course, the communication from other people, the circle, the family, it's very, very big help na may nakakausap, di ba? And that's why we're here.
Oo, kailangan.
Two channel na to. Oo. And of course, again, before we go finally tonight, bro, do you want to do a really quick shout out to your son, to your family, bandmates? I would like to say hi to a newfound buddy of mine, all the way from Davao City, who's a restaurant owner, Joe Coy Tabada. Much love from Davao City. If you want to, ito, I would love to do. I mean, I would love to request for you to do this. Can you say good evening to all the viewers and maybe yung mga magmanood and replay in your dialect? Go ahead, please.
Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Salamat kayo na nanano mo karong gabi. Nya pohon may unta magkita-kita tagbalik ninyo. Bisag kung asa mo kung sa Cebu ba or sa Visayas, sa Davao, sa Cagayan de Oro. Mingaw na ninyo tanan, mingaw na kayo tukar para ninyo tanan. And may tag mahusay na ning kaning atong giagian karon and manormal na sa tagbalik ba. Kay guol na kay ni inani na style.
My mom is actually watching from Australia. Hello to you. Hey, fan of Faspitch and Urbandub. Joe Coy. Hello to Queenie Ong. Go, Sir Gab Alipe. I don't know if she's a fan or kakilala. Aries Espirito is actually watching with us right here tonight on the program. Well, thank you guys for
thank you for watching.
Liking, following and sharing and watching tonight. And of course, yes, if they wanted to get in touch with you, what are your social media accounts? Go ahead, please.
Oh yeah, on Instagram, my personal account is at UDubGab, UDUBGAB at UDubGab. And then follow also at UrbanDubPH on Instagram. And then Facebook.com/Gabby Alipe for Facebook and /UrbanDub for my band. And then the details for our 20th anniversary online special is on our Urbandub page, the socials, and then they can get the details there. And sana makita-kita tayo on our and celebrate our 20th anniversary all together. So hopefully they can get their access to the show on December 19th.
All right. And bro, you are welcome anytime here on TNC. And like I said, you're going to be definitely back here maybe on the third season of the show. Maraming salamat. I know you're very, very busy now because of the anniversary at pag-ayos ng mga bagay-bagay. But thank you for taking the time to be here on the program. Gab, maraming salamat. And stay safe.
I want to say hi then to our friends in Dubai kasi you're based in Dubai, diba? So like we have a lot of friends in Dubai, the guys from Fluid Events that always help us out when we're there. And sila Sweet and Chef Richel of our favorite Our favorite sweet and si Chef Richel, our favorite restaurant dyan sa
Ortiz.
Karinderya
Ortiz,
ni Tandang Sora. Yeah, Karinderya ni Tandang Sora. Sobrang the best food ever. Pumunta kami ng Dubai pero kung kinain namin Pinoy food pa rin.
Di ba? Dumayo ng kain.
Sarap eh.
All right, Gab, thank you so much. Stay safe, brother, and I'll see you soon, all right?
Salamat,
all right.
Salamat. Ayo.
Thank you.
Ayo.
Being episode 10, season 2 of the podcast or the show right here on the Fort Project, where we talk about money, business, and life tonight on TNC. And again, maraming salamat for supporting the channel, supporting the show since day one. This is our second season, episode 10, and we're actually down to how many more? 8 more for the second season, and it's a wrap after 8 episodes. So hopefully you guys will continue supporting the channel, the program, and you can also watch me. All right, Wednesdays 4 p.m. Dubai time. That's 8 p.m. Philippine time. The Fort Project on Facebook. That's the Fort Project on Facebook. Because now tonight it's the Fort Project on TNC. All right, so I have another page that I'm managing. So again, that's the Fort Project. And I'm going to be back and uploading so much more stuff on that page. All right. So I'm going to see you guys there. And I also have an Instagram, The Fort Project. All right. So, by the way, this event or show program is being presented to us by Puzzle Box BPO, sponsored by the Manila Times, Step Back, Philippine Association of Professional Speakers. And of course, this has been your host, Bob, right here on The Fort Project, live tonight on TNC. Until next time, good night.